What's up, guys? Nintenjoel here once again, and it is time for that very special episode I promised you guys. As soon as this shelf was filled, I said you'd get an awesome retrospective video, and yeah, it's filled. Last pickup episode is done, and yeah, we're just going to go through, show you some highlights, talk about some games, maybe share some stories with you guys, and just check out the madness. That is my pickup shelf, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, here she is finished. All that you see here was acquired, and more actually, just, you know, some got traded, some got sold. All this that you see here was done in about 9 or 10 episodes. Which of course, you know, my episodes don't come out like weekly or anything like that. A lot of times they're bi-weekly, so it has taken me quite a while, time-wise, to get this, but as far as pickup episodes, it's only been 9 or 10 that I can remember. So let's see, should we start at the top? Should we start at the bottom? I'm gonna say, for the sake of the cooler stuff for last, we're gonna go from bottom to top. So let's start with this corner down here. The first thing we have is actually pretty cool. It's the Watara Supervision. Not sure if you guys saw the episode where I got this, but the Watara Supervision was basically a Game Boy clone. It's got these clips so it can stand up and fold up, and then it can go flat. Really cool. I think it's Chinese. I'm not really positive about that. It could be Korean, but yeah, really cool thing. Got that for $30 with 3 games, and those are right here. I guess we can just take out the handheld games here. So we've got Pacific Battle and Challenger Tank, and I can't remember what this one's called. Hard to see. It's like P-52 Battle. So those are pretty neat. I'm going to do a review on that at some point, but yeah, let's just move on. Okay, then we've got a nice Atari collection here. We've got all kinds of good stuff here. First of all, Empire Strikes Back. Got a couple copies. It seems like that one's always ripped and messed up. Good old 2-tank ham. Freeway kicks ass. And one of my definitely best Atari games ever, Hero. So good. But my two favorites, Pitfall and Adventure right here. I do have Pitfall 2, which is actually my favorite Atari game, but it's not on the shelf. I had that before I started this shelf. But yeah, definitely all kinds of good ones, all kinds of bad ones too, like Raiders of the Lost Ark and E.T. and yeah, but yeah, the ones that you're going to want if you're new to this system are going to be Adventure, River Raid, Pitfall. Pretty much these Activision games just kick ass. Hero for freaking sure. Laser Blast, yeah, good games. Right here I have this awesome double-ender cart that I got from Picker's Paradise. It's got Chuck Norris on one side, Artillery Duel on the other side. But yeah, pretty neat. And just a game that wouldn't fit Donkey Kong. But there's some loose Genesis carts here that are pretty neat. Royal Rumble, somebody I know I think is looking for that. And then there's Grindstormer, that was definitely a good one for sure. Fire Shark kicks ass. That is same franchise as Sky Shark for Super Nintendo, or for regular Nintendo. It's an overhead shooter, very, very fun. Damn, I forgot I even had Biohazard Battle. I just got that from Evan on trade night, and I still haven't played it. Dune, I really haven't played much either. Arcus Odyssey kicks ass. If you like Gauntlet, dungeon crawler type games, Arcus Odyssey kicks ass. Man, the label's good on this one. I actually don't remember where I got that. Oh no, I think I got that from Richard. There's a few disc-onlys in here, and there are some decent ones. There's some that are not that great either, but I got Willy Beamish, Elemental Gearbolt, Darius Gaiden for Sega Saturn, which just kicks ass. Front Mission 3 for PlayStation, which just kicks ass. And of course, I'll look for, you know, complete copies of this, but for now I can at least play these games. Virtua Tennis, this is the Dreamcast game that supposedly has some RPG elements in it, which is actually pretty darn cool. And Plasma Sword. Holy crap, I didn't get rid of this. Holy crap. This just skyrocketed in value, I believe. So I might actually trade or sell that. But, okay, then we've got a black SP, just 001 unit that I got not actually that long ago for $25 with a few Atari games, and I think there was one Game Boy Advance game, but it's in super nice shape. Game Boy Pocket, silver battery back, oh yes. I had, for the longest time, one of these without a battery back, and as soon as I got that one, I traded it out. Oh, this is pretty neat, too. Totally unauthorized Donkey Kong Country Secret Room Guide. That was just a kick down from my buddy Josh. Hell yeah. And then actually there's this too. This is really neat. This was also a kick down. This came from my buddy Trent, and this is, I think it's just called, it's Fastest 1, and it's for Sega Mega Drive. Basically the Japanese and European Genesis. That one's a Japanese cart. Okay, then over here we have a ton of handheld games. Just a ton. Let's start with Game Boy. First of all, Roaming Dan, if you didn't see, just gave me this bootleg cart, I guess it is. It's not official, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like a Romance of the Three Kingdoms game, but I could not find it online, but it's pretty neat. Mega Man 3. Can't remember what this is called, but cool game. Import. Got Tetris. Mega Man 2. Wendy Every Which Way. Holy crap, doing a review on this one. This is such an amazing game. And Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Traded out my old copy for this. Hell yeah. And then for Game Gear, we've got freaking Shining Force, Sonic 2, and actually we've got some Lynx games in here. I forgot about that. There's Kung Fu and Gates of Zendokon. That landed perfectly. And we've got Revenge of Drancon for Game Gear. So anyways, just a bunch of handhelds, and then oh man, so much here. Game Boy Advance got Gunstar, Superheroes, Iridian 3D, Mega Man Battle Network, Blue Moon 4, hell yeah, and Blue Moon 3. Shining Soul, hell yes, so glad I got that. That came from the Secret Santa, as does Shining Soul 2, which I had just traded recently, so that's badass. Monster Force, you need this if you like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, or Ghoul Patrol. This is a clone of that, and it's super cheap. Riviera, very story-driven RPG, and my repro of Mother 3. We'll be back in 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So we've got one TurboGrafx Hue card only, and that's Legendary Axe 2. Got that from my buddy Kevin. And a couple Famicom carts here. They're both vertical shooters. Don't ask me to pronounce them, but very cool. These are kind of hard to show because they don't really have labels facing out, but I've got a couple N64 games here. We've got Gauntlet Legends, Beetle Adventure Racing, and then as far as the Super Famicom games, I'll go through these real quick. We've got Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Quest 5, because they skipped 4, which I will bitch about forever, Dragon Quest 6, Front Mission, the only one that I can't get the translation to work, Psycho Dream. Oh, check out my playthrough of that game. It's freaking amazing. That game is so awesome. Romancing Saga. This is really hard to keep going. Romancing Saga 3. And we've got East 5. And then there are the two weirdo carts for the TI-88, Clowns and Balloons. Oh, sorry, that way. Yeah. And then Megabug, which looks cool as shit. So, and then we've got a few modern games over here. Well, kind of modern games. Got Fable 2, Infinite Undiscovery, just got those. Suikoden Tactics, hell yeah. From Mission 4, so good. Dark Cloud finally got, and Atelier Iris looks really good too. So that's it on the bottom shelves. Moving up, we have some DS games. One of my favorites to collect for, well, first of all, really cool. Got a sealed Chrono Trigger. Square Enix was doing a sale. Just got this recently, and from the Abyss. I believe these both came from the Secret Santa. Zuna #1. Holy crap, I got this from Kevin, and getting this game complete in box apparently is really, really freaking hard. Not many copies available. Very stoked on Legacy of Ease. Just got the box for Pokemon Diamond, so now it's complete. And Suikoden Tear Crease. Now you can see that Pokemon Diamond. Maybe if I could focus this. It's so weird. The paint is like coming off over here. I don't know why. It's really strange, but anyways. And then 3DS, I've never had a very large collection at all. Just Fire Emblem, Shovel Knight, Conception. And then we've got some complete in box Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. So cool to have the Kirby one. And Solar Striker, here's a hidden gem. Freaking awesome game. I got this from Bossum Burf. Go check out his channel. His channel kicks ass. But yeah, vertical shooter on the Game Boy. I'm going to do a review of this one too. Still need the cart if anybody freaking happens to have it. Need the cart for Summon Night 2 Swordcraft Story. And then from that same Square Enix sale, I got a sealed Chrono Cross. Cardia, still missing manual for this if anybody happens to have it. Just got that Norse by Northwest. Oh, this is a good one. TurboGrafx, Dragon Spirit, so freaking cool. This is way better than the NES port. Okay, and then moving on, there's like a not for resale, Nights into Dreams. Moving on, we've got a lot of repros in this section. We've got Clock Tower, Dragon Quest VI, Earth Defense Force I'm stoked on, not a repro or anything, but that's a cool game. Flying Heroes, another repro. Gun Force is a fairly fun game, actually, and nobody ever talks about that. Gunpuru, Gunman's Proof. This is basically a Western Legend of Zelda. This is an amazing game. You need this. Everybody needs this. So good. Hard to tell what this is, but it's that clown game where I was saying everybody's an asshole to you. Yeah, it's like Kid Clown and Crazy Chase or something like that. Oh yeah, Kirby Superstar, so good. Lost Vikings 2, so good. Sorry about the shadow. Let's see, Metal Marines. It's alright. It's like a tactical game, actually. It's kind of weird, like a Command and Conquer type game. Out to Lunch is just fun. Get that while you can. Get that freaking game. That game is so fun. It's so arcadey feel and old school feeling. Super Bomberman, so happy to have, though. It has a couple stickers I need to remove. Another repro, Talon's Great Adventure. Awesome stuff. And we've got a couple 5200 cards. Nothing special here. Centipede in pole position. Just got that Grandia 2 on Dreamcast and Pure Solar on Dreamcast. Pretty awesome. Okay, let's move up. Boxed NES games. There's some good ones in here. Most don't have the game. Most have the games on my shelf because I already had the games and I was just getting the box, but like Base Wars is in here. Gauntlet 2 is in here. Man, Gauntlet 2 is like, this is such a minty box. I got that at Trade Night recently. So freaking minty. My Legend of Zelda box, man, so cool to have this because now I have the first 3 Zeldas boxed. So rad. And let's see, what else is cool here? Rainbow Islands box, that's freaking rad. When are you going to find that? I really need to replace the box for Paperboy. That is just trashed. Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, pretty cool. But my best one of the box Nintendo games for sure, Turtles 3 Manhattan Project, which I have the manual I just got recently. My game's in mint condition, so yeah, I've got a complete in-box copy in very good shape. So stoked about that. Prince of Persia. Freaking love that game. Never gets talked about. Okay, then we got some PSP games. Nothing too horribly crazy. Brave Story, also looking for manual if anybody ever sees that. Dungeon Explorer, pretty good, like hack and slash. Overhead, pretty not bad. They made a Dungeon Explorer on TurboGrafx and one on Sega CD as well, and they're pretty fun. They're not bad. Final Fantasy IV Complete Collection. This I also got at the sale from Square Enix, and it's still sealed, but I'm going to open that to play it. Tactics War Lions, good one. And then some PS3 games. Definitely good ones. They all speak for themselves. Nothing I really need to point out here except for, yeah, you know, Disgaea kicks ass. Oh, my DuckTales remastered. It's still sealed. Just never opened it. And if you ever want to play the old Splatterhouse games, just get the PS3 version, or I think there was Xbox 360 version. And, yeah, go ahead and play it that way because they're unlockable. Okay, then we've got just a few Sega CD games. Of course, they're just so freaking hard for me to find. Same with Saturn. They're just impossible to find. Roaming Dan just kicked this down to me, just randomly mailed it to me, and I am stoked. Freaking Bram Stoker's Dracula on freaking Sega CD. That's so cool. And then, of course, have to have my overhead shooters. Sylphied. This came from Garrett. Freaking really good deal. I mean, it was like $10 or something like that. So good. But the one that came from Garrett that is definitely my favorite of all these Sega CD and Saturn games is Galactic Attack. Holy crap, if there's one game you're going to own for the Sega Saturn, I mean, even if you're not, I just told Roaming Dan about this actually. I was like, I know you're not really a shooter guy, and you're not very good at them. That's what he's told me, but this is amazing. Like, you need to play this game. I'm trying to focus so you can get a better view. But yeah, just, the pictures don't do it justice at all. It's overhead action, 2-player simultaneous overhead shooter, and man, it is so, so good. That is actually one of my crown jewels of my collection. It may not be one of the more expensive ones, but it was one of the ones I was after the most. These are cool. You know, most people that don't collect for Sega Master System, they may not be even aware So I may as well show you. But they actually have card games too. You know, a lot of people don't really collect for Master System. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, the card games are really cool. I only have like 2. But there's Spy vs. Spy, and then the rest are all cartridges. But man, are there some gems in here. Astro Warrior, just because it's cheap, man, do not pass on this. This is going to be in one of my future videos. Astro Warrior is a very good overhead shooter, and Aztec Warrior is a very fun game, kind of Zelda-like. And of course, just no joke, probably the holiest grail on this shelf, Golden Axe Warrior. Yes, holy crap, dude. I can't even believe I got this. I basically traded 5 NES games that were not expensive. They added up to like 35, 40 bucks, and then paid the rest cash with this, which I just I basically sold video games, all my extras basically, to get this. But yeah, very fun Zelda clone if you don't know what it is. And Gavelius, also an overhead adventure, kind of like Aztec Adventure. Considon kicks ass. Ninja game, just talked about this in a pickup episode. Kind of like Shinobi, kind of like Ninja Spirit on TurboGrafx, just fun as hell. And God, Rastan, holy crap, that is such a good game. This is such a good game. I cannot recommend this enough. Another cheapo that just... Why is this game so cheap? It is amazing. It's so fun. Reminds me of Legendary Axe a lot. Shinobi, Time Soldiers, both good. And then, of course, well, yeah, this is a really good one. I don't want to skip this one. Wonder Boy Monsterland. Oh, yeah. And then this is that repro that my buddy Sean made me. It's a Game Gear game. Super expensive Game Gear overhead shooter called GGLS2. And I had him make it into a Sega Master System cart, which is apparently a thing. I didn't just make it up in my head. And yeah, that's actually one of my crown jewels in my collection as well. Same with this, going on to Genesis. We've just got this on trade night. Castlevania Bloodlines complete in box. Holy crap. It's in such good shape, too. My god. So stoked about that. Forgotten Worlds, fun game. Both Golden Axes, super fun games. Here's another repro that came from Sean. He just kicked this one down to me, Master of Weapon. And this is an overhead shooter. Kind of reminiscent of, like, Vapor Trail. But, yeah, pretty fun. Sonic 2, Sonic Spinball, just because I didn't have them in box, so I got rid of loose carts. Stargate looks like a lot of fun. I haven't played it yet. Streets of Rage, now I just need 3. I have 2 already. Twin Cobra, this is pretty beat up, but this is a very fun overhead shooter. Way better than the NES port, but at the same time way harder. The only boxed 32X game I have, Doom. Very nice condition, too. Got this for 10 bucks from Garrett. Hell yeah. Super cool. Not really a first-person shooter fan, but hey, how can you not love Doom or, like, Wolfenstein? Alright, then we've got Mother 2, which is basically just Earthbound. This is more of a display piece, because I actually have Earthbound, so pretty freaking neat, though. And then this came from Zach. Wizardry, Bane of the Cosmic Forge, just a kickdown from him when we did a trade for all those Super Famicom games down there. Or a lot of them, actually, not all of them, but yeah, really neat. Okay, so moving on up. We're doing pretty good here. Okay, so I think we're going to skip this shelf, and we'll go alphabetically here with the Nintendo games. In fact, let's go to the top here. I don't want to go all anticlimactic and stuff. Alright, so just showed these in the recent pickup vid. Got these SP boxes from a cool dude named Matt that works at GameStar, and most importantly got that silver SP box, which for some reason is looking like the pink one because of the lighting, but it's not, it's the silver one. And yes, that is freaking awesome. PlayStation 3 box. I want to say I got that from Trent, actually. I think that was just a kickdown. Dragon Warrior 4 Guide. That is now one of my new prized possessions. One of the 2 amiibos that I have. The other one's sealed and it's Samus. And then I just got this recently. Euro HAL version, Parasite Eve 2, which is just crazy to find in Southern Oregon. I got it for pretty cheap. And I believe Chase kicked that down to me on trade night. It's a Venkman doll from Q-Pop from Ghostbusters. And then behind that, my complete in box Sega Genesis Model 2 that I got from Retro Gaming Maniac. Go check out his channel as well. He kicks ass. In fact, that guy's channel is doing freaking awesome, so go check him out. Subscribe. Alright, well, let's see. Got a couple weirdo things up here. We've got a Famicom converter. I've actually had a couple of these, and these are still useful even though I have the Retron. There's a few things that won't play on the Retron, like multi-carts and stuff like that. Or like repros. And then this just has 3 DS games that are not, you know, in box. It's Luminous Arc 2, Shin Megami Tensei, Strange Journey, and Rainbow Islands. I am looking for boxes and manuals on all 3 of those. And this, oh yes, this. This came from Roaming Dan as well. What a gift. Holy crap. May not look like much, but this is a multi-cart with like 100 games. I think over 100 games. And it is awesome. Because a lot of them are like Famicom games that we never got here, so really neat. Okay, so let's get to the Nintendo games. This is the best part, right? This is the last part. So here we go. We've got, it says Jellico. I put it at the end because I don't like it in the J section because it's not a J game. Its base is loaded. But I don't want it in the B section because I don't want to look like I don't know how to alphabetize things. So what I generally do with the Jellico cards is I put them at the beginning or the end of my collection. Yeah, for now this one's just at the beginning. And then, so yeah, let's go on. We've got 8 Eyes, fun platformer, that's a Castlevania clone. 1943, just got that. Here's a good one, Adventure Island 2. Just getting into this series and really digging it. Okay, Batman Returns is fun as shit. This may not be anything that you guys are like, ooh, ah, about, but if you don't have this, go get this. It's a very, very, very competent beat-em-up that seems like it's almost good enough to be on a 16-bit system. Battletoads, man, I looked for this for freaking ever. I mean, I looked for this for years, and what happens? I get 3 of them in a row. Like, I've gotten 3 of these in the last few months, and I replaced this one just recently because the label is just amazing on it. Fun game. Impossible game. Burger Time. Classic. So good. Clash of Demon Head, very good too. Here's one that you guys may remember me getting, and I was super stoked on, and people are like, what is this game? Why does nobody ever talk about it? This is a rad RPG where your hit points are actually represented by soldiers, so when you lose 10 hit points, you're actually having 10 of your dudes die, which is kind of morbid, but pretty cool. Got a few Donkey Kong games, which is awesome. Finally got those. Oh man, here's a gem right here. Dragon Strike. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Dragon Strike. So good. Overhead shooter. It's got a lot of writing on the back, but I could replace that. Or maybe not, because that back is a weird one. I think I thought about that at one time, and that back is weird. But yeah, super, super badass overhead shooter. Let's see. Fighting Golf, G.I. Joe. Both G.I. Joes. These games I was after for literally years. No, I was not after this for years. I was going to say, as I was for this one. I was not after this for years. I've been after this for about a year. I used to own it and traded it off and finally rebought it. Had to buy it online. And the cart's a little dirty, but man, it plays great. And it's an awesome Dragon Warrior clone. Gremlins 2! I cannot say enough good things about Gremlins 2. Such a good game. Such a good game. Just buy it. Just go look at footage online. Ikari Warriors 3. This actually completes my Ikari Warriors collection. I was trying to get all 3 of those. And Iron Sword just got a label replacement, so I've got all 3 of those in good condition as well. Let's see, what else do we have here? Journey to Silius. This is a really good game that was supposed to be a Terminator game, and the licensing got changed, and they decided to go ahead and still make the game just with different characters, and kind of changed it around. But yes, very, very fun game, and actually a game that was traded at the same time as Ghost Lion. That went towards Evo, Search for Eden on Super Nintendo. Here's one of my holy grails. Got this from Kevin. Kickmaster. Oh yeah. If you want to see a good review on Kickmaster, go check out Michael B. the Game Genie. He does a very good review on Kickmaster. In fact, it's pretty much the reason I wanted this game so much. As soon as he said it had RPG elements and a side-scrolling platformer that was similar to like Shatterhead and stuff, I was like, yes! Oh, Kirby's Adventure. Oh man, I cannot stop playing that game. It's so fun. I still haven't beaten it though because I just like to start over. Get really far and then I'm just like, oh, I'll play this again. I end up starting over. Cryon Conquest. Mega Man clone. This one does have a little bit of label damage. This came from Phobia in Portland. Hell yes. Thank you, Phobia Bathory. You rule. Not his real name, obviously. Lolo 2. This was funny. Just the other day I was like, I need the Lolo games, and then I remembered I actually did get that recently. This was a kickdown from the dude that let me film his chair, the Super Chair, the Lone Ranger. This game is fucking awesome. This game is no joke. Super, super badass. I suggest getting this as soon as you can. Yeah, the rest up here are just kind of sports games. But let's move on. We're almost done, actually. Marble Madness. Didn't have it forever. Good game. Hard game. Mario Brothers. Didn't have that forever. Very fun game. Monster Party. This also came from Phobia. in Portland. Oh my god, this is a cheapo that needs to be played. It is wacky, it's weird, and it's fun as hell, and it's just crazy to see a lot of blood in an NES game. So, yeah. Oh, here's another good one, too. Man, Nightmare on Elm Street. Just something you don't see every day. Stoked to have that. Nightshade was after that for a long time, and man, I didn't even know this game existed. When Jake told me about it, I was like, I must have that. Yes, yes, because it is very similar to another game that's in here, Shadow of the Ninja. Two-player ninja action. And speaking of ninja action, Ninja Gaiden 3. This came from my buddy Haven. Haven traded me for, let's see, it was Gunstar Heroes, and I think I got something else with this as well, but yes, super stoked on that. We'll definitely play Ninja Gaiden more than the other one. Oh man, I forgot about Overlord. That's one I need to play. Paperboy, got the box for that. Phantom Fighter's actually fairly fun. Power Blade. This is last episode. Oof, man, seriously, Holy Grail, and super fun too. Kind of hard though, but yeah, super stoked on this. Really nice condition. Just incredibly stoked on this game, even though that dude looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Prince of Persia Nintendo version's a little different from Super Nintendo version, like your characters are bigger. Shadow of the Ninja, there we go. There's a freaking gem right there. Hell yes. Also, two-player simultaneous ninja action. You cannot beat this game. Well, I mean, you could beat it, but you cannot. It's awesome. You need this game. It's so rad. You know, one of the cheapos that just kicks ass. Slalom. Oh, Snake Rattle and Roll, too. Fun game. Okay, this needs to be talked about. Don't worry, it will be reviewed. In fact, this is the next review. Should be coming very soon. I keep threatening. Space Shuttle Project. Unassuming game. Sounds stupid. Really amazing. So fun, and one of my new favorite NES games. No joke. Wish I would have grown up with that. Star Wars. I actually like these games. Terra Cresta. Ha! Got this because I have the arcade cabinet. Wanted to see how the NES one was. This one came from Phobia in Portland as well. Super awesome. Speaking of super, we've got Super Off-Road. If you're one of those people looking for only expensive games, man, you're never going to play a game like this. Super cheap, super nice, awesome, addicting, fun game. It's only like $10. Same with something like Thunderbirds, overhead shooter that's just fun. Thundercade too, Tiny Toons too. I mean, there's so many good cheap games for Nintendo that people skip over because they're trying to get the harder to get ones. And here's another Holy Grail. Wampum. Oh yes, 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 yes. Mega Man clone that is just so fun. And then just a few more. Wolverine, Wrecking Crew, you know, some other ones. We've got my unlicensed carts, which I've got 3 Camerica games here. We've got the Quattro Adventure, and we've got Firehawk, and we've got B-52, which actually I like quite a bit. And then we've got Impossible Mission 2, Pyramid, one of the Bible games, it's Bible Adventures, which actually has the sleeve, which is just cool. And another Bible game, Exodus. Okay, see if we can get these. Alien Syndrome, Indiana Jones, Ms. Pac-Man, and finally RBI Baseball 2. Didn't exactly end on a crazy, crazy note, but yeah, I'd say the last one there. That's amazing as wampum, but yeah, this is just freaking crazy. So there you go. This added up to 348 objects, I believe, on this shelf. I believe. I counted it, and it took quite a while to count up, and just so much stuff. It is crazy that I managed to get all this, especially all these Nintendo games in this amount of time. So that's it. That's all I have for you. Let's do a quick little outro for you guys, and yeah, let's just get, this is for sure. This is the Holy Grail here. This is the Holy Grail. So freaking badass. Alright guys, so that's it. Nothing fancy, just a little retrospective. Wanted to give you guys kind of a treat and show you guys exactly what was on the shelf. Show you everything that I got in case you missed any of the pickup videos. A couple stories, a few gems for sure. I hope you guys liked it. I really did. What did you guys like most on the shelf? Did you like the way it was organized? And I'm going to be adding all this to my main game room just for a few days. And then it's going to be kind of torn down and put into boxes for moving, but I do want to see what these games look like combined with the other games, so I might actually go through all the trouble of putting them together and seeing what it looks like. And if I do, I'll give you guys a little video of that too. So that's all I have for you guys. Please give a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you thought of this video, and please subscribe. If you're already here, you may as well, so that'd be rad. Thank you guys very much for watching, and keep rocking the retro games.